Hi, today we're going to look at the spot healing brush, which is used for repairing, among other things, spots in photographs. Typically this would be used, if you were doing portraiture or you had small little repairs to do in Photoshop. But it has actually improved a lot in the more recent versions in 10 and 11, where they've included proximity match, which is a great improvement. Now, the spot healing brush is located here, and it looks like a little plaster, okay, or a little bandage or a little plaster you'd stick on a cut. And when you click it down the bottom of your screen here, the options that are available to use with this brush become evident. And the first thing you should do is actually pick a soft brush. Normally when you start the program first, the brush will be a hard brush, and that means that you're more likely to see the repairs. Whereas if you have a soft brush, then your repairs are feathered by the softness of the brush. And you can change the size of the brush here, although I find the easiest way and the best way to change the size of a brush is to use your bracket keys, which are beside the return key on your keyboard. So for example, if I go up to this to do this repair here, I need the brush to be just a little bit bigger than the size of the dirt, or the size of the dirt. So by moving my bracket keys, to the right makes the brush bigger and to the left makes it smaller. So I would make it just bigger than the repair I'm trying to make. Now I'm not going to repair that just now, I'm just going to come back down here and show you what other options we have. With the spot healing brush, we have a proximity match and we have content aware. Now we also have a create texture, but I don't think we need to really pay much attention to that one. The two that we as photographers are really going to be interested in are the proximity match and content aware. Now proximity match works very well in skies, and if you get dirt on your sensor, which is not unusual, okay, the most likely place you're going to see it is where you have sky, where you've got clear pieces with nothing in them. There could well be pieces of dirt in among the mountain here on my sensor, but I won't be able to see them, at least not so easily. So up here we have 3 pieces of dirt, as we can see. So we've set our spot healing brush to proximity match. We've chosen a soft brush, and we're going to change the size of the brush by using our left and our right bracket keys. So I'll come up to this piece first, and the brush is about the right size. So if I just left click, and it's nearly gone. Oh, I might have to left click a second time and maybe even a third time. If I had made the brush bigger to start with, I'd have done a better job there. So let's make the brush a little bit bigger here. That might be too big, but you can see it's gone. 2 clicks and it's gone. And now I'll take this one, 1, 2, and it's gone. Now I still see a little bit over there, so I'm going to give it another click. And there you go. Simple as that. Gone, sorted. Just a few clicks. So that kind of thing is very easy, and the spot healing brush is perfect for that. But what if you have other issues? So in this photograph, as you can see, this photograph was taken with a 200mm lens, and obviously the photograph was about this road here going off into the distance there. Now from where I was taking it, I couldn't avoid these fences. Okay, so how do I take those out? Well, let's just see what happens if we try with proximity match. And I'm going to, these are quite big repairs now, but I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and I'm still in proximity match, and I'm going to click at the top of this post and run down the post and see what happens. Now, it's not done a bad job, but what you might notice is that if I can zoom in, okay, to this part of the picture, what it's actually done is it's taken an exact copy from probably over here by the looks of it. Yes, see here and here are identical. So it's taken an exact copy from over here and put it over there. Now it's nearly worked, and we'd have to go in and do a little bit of repairing around the edges. But let's go edit and undo. So we've brought the post back in, and now we're going to change to content aware. And we're going to do the same thing. We'll just zoom down or brush over the post, and it just takes a second because it's quite a big repair. And now you can see, while it hasn't done a perfect repair, equally there isn't an exact match. We're not looking at a pattern that's exactly the same as somewhere else. So that's quite a good thing. So now what I think I'll do now is I'll actually reduce the size of the brush, okay, and I'll just sweep down there again. Now, for some reason, we're getting a pattern that I didn't expect to see. And we'll swing down here. And possibly when we go out to full size, we won't see this, but I am actually getting a funny line in there, which could be from the fence or something. Could well be from the fence, actually. But there you go, you can't see it. It's pretty well gone. And if we go out to ordinary size, fit on screen, certainly nobody is going to see that. So here we have a bigger fence, or a bigger fence post, should I say. Okay, so let's just go for it again. We're still in content aware. We'll run straight down the post. Now I know I missed a bit on the edge there, but let's see what happens. Now this takes a moment or two. Yeah, didn't do a great job, did I? I'll run down the other side of it now. And we'll see what happens. We're just waiting for it to come around, as they say. Okay, we'll take a little piece off the top. And we'll give another click there. So I've given that 4 fairly careless kind of clicks. I haven't been awfully careful. And I'm going to zoom in again, so I'll go View, Actual Pixels, and then we'll run down to the side and have a good look at this repair. Okay, so we can see now what's happened, can't we? But it's not bad, I'm sure you'll agree. I'm going to make this brush smaller, and I'm going to run down just here. And as you can see, that's a pretty good repair. And again, when you look at this picture in full size, so go back to fit on the screen, you're not going to see it. Now, you might see it, and I might see it because we knew it was there. But somebody who's never seen this picture before will not know it was there. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, well, I can still see the lines from the fence. So, for that we're going to go, and we're going to switch back up to proximity match. And we're just going to run along there, because again, we're not looking for too much of a thing. We'll just take those lines out. Another one there, another one there. And I think that's done a pretty good job. Oops. Okay. And so there you have it. There is the spot healing brush. Now what's the difference between it and the healing brush? Well, let me just show you. The healing brush operates in a slightly different way. If we just bring back some of that repair. So if we go to the window in the history, and we can go back a certain distance. Let's have a look. How far back do we have to go to get? Oh, we have to go quite a little bit back actually. There we go. We have the post back in and we have the wires back in. So now we've gone to the healing brush. Now let's just see what happens. If we do exactly the same with the healing brush. Okay. The healing brush doesn't do a bad job either. Except what the healing brush is doing is it is taking, you have to actually make a sample for the healing brush. And what you'll notice is the road has gone a little bit with an exact pattern, because the healing brush is a little bit like the clone stamp tool, except without some of the controls that you have with the clone stamp tool. Because what it's actually doing is it's taking an exact copy from beside it, or from wherever you sample first. So to make it, you have to make a sample first. So you go Alt and click, and then when you do it down here, you're making an exact copy. So if you don't get it exactly right, this is the kind of thing that can happen. You can get the road, there it is, it's an exact copy, but it's all in the wrong place. So for me, the spot healing brush with content aware is a very, very quick way to do repairs without a whole lot of work involved. Let's see what happens now. It's always a little bit, you never really know with these things exactly how they're going to come out. I think that's pretty good. I'd be happy enough with that, okay? And then if we, and that was with content aware, if we go back to proximity match, if you remember, and we'll take these wires out again. There's one, there's two. And sometimes if you have wires and things, it's a good idea to just break it up, you know. Now there's a bit of a pattern there. And it's also good to just go back and check the repairs and see, can you see them? Now, I don't think we can see anything there, certainly nothing that I'd be concerned about. Okay, so I think we'll leave it at that. Thank you.